All right, so I'm gonna say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you join us from today. You are welcome to another session with DOBAC. Okay, and I will say I'm your host for today. So I'm just gonna do a bit of housekeeping, right? And what do we do at DOBAC? Why are we here? If you know what DOBAC is about, do you want to drop it in the comment box? Let's see. Let's see how many people know what we do. Let's see. What do you know about DOBAC? What do you know about DOBAC? Anyone? Anyone? What do you know about DOBAC? If I don't get any response, maybe we should just stay here then. All right. Um, so to be a community. Okay. Thank you, Queen, for that. Thank you for that. Um, yeah, it is a be a community. Any other person? Any other person? Mm, 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 mm. All right. So DOBAC is David Odepidan Business Analysis Community. And as a founder of DOBAC, I'm going to say to you that you are welcome to DOBAC. And this is a vibrant space dedicated to aspiring and professional business analysts, okay? Seeking to enhance their skills and navigate their career journeys with confidence. And what do we do? So our vision is to foster a thriving community that empowers aspiring and professional business analysts. So we provide a clear path for growth and success, in your business analysis journey through collaborative knowledge sharing, support, and ensuring that no one gets lost in their BA journey. So what do we do is basically, putting you putting you on the yeah Oluwaseun, a space to improve. That's correct. So we are to bridge that gap. Can everyone hear me? If you can hear me, please just send me a thumbs up.
Yes, we can.
Victor, I don't know what's going on, but probably you leave the call and come again. Just trying. Yeah. Eniola Babatunde, go on.
Sorry, that was a mistake. I was gonna send a thumbs up. Sorry.
Oh, thumbs up. All right. So Victor, everyone can hear me. I don't know. Check your device. Okay. So our mission is to connect business analysts from diverse backgrounds and experience, fostering a supportive network, where knowledge exchange and professional development flourish. So today, we're gonna be talking about global talent visa. Okay, global talent visa and what you need to know. I hope I'll be able to give you that insight, robust insight, to help you prepare yourself and see where you are. Okay. So what can you benefit from DOBAC? Building connection, providing resources, facilitating mentorship, and you can check every other thing out on the website. You can go to dobac.org and you find your answer there. So I'm gonna share my screen. Do, 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 do. I'm gonna share my screen. Just hold on. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? If you can see my screen, show your emoji. Let's go on. We don't want to waste time today. Okay. Can you see my screen? All right. You can see my screen. Okay. All right. Great stuff. Okay. So yes, we can. All right. Thank you, Amawumi. So today I'm gonna be talking about applying for applying for global talent, you know, under the digital technology sector. And I'll give context to it. So for me personally, I've gone through this route, and right now I feel is the appropriate time for us to share with the community, you know, what you can do, because right now it's needed, you know, with the all with the whole thing flying around. However, I'm gonna say this, that I'm not an immigration officer, okay, and it's not part of my JD. But what I'm doing here is just to give a sort of a sort of insight for you to know how to position yourself, and give you few nuggets what I did, and how I was able to get it right. Just a minute. Yeah. So global talent visa in itself, is a pathway. We all know it's a pathway that it gives you edge. It fast track your journey, and also you can do so many things with it. Um, I'm gonna do this. All right. So if we are meeting for the very first time, right? I'll say again that my name is David. David Odepidan is my name, and this is few things about myself. When I'm not busy, I try to get other things done. So I've achieved, notable success in education, healthcare, manufacturing, government, e-commerce. I'm not a fan of title, but I need to give myself some flowers. So I've been recognized by the UK government as a global talent awardee. You know, currently I double as the regional community lead for IBA UK Northwest chapter. So if you are within that niche, you can reach out to me later. I'm a member of IBA. Okay, I'm a member of BCS. I'm a mentor for IBA UK professional development. I've been a peer reviewer, and I still review at the moment for IBA Global. So I've also been a mentor for Tony Elumelu Foundation Guide. Tech. I have years of experience, relative years of experience, leading strategic transformation initiatives, digital system implementations, and process improvements across sectors. Um, I'm a specialist when it comes to requirement engineering, cross-functional stakeholder alignment. I'm gonna leave all that. So I'm also a co-author, right? A co-author of Business Analysis book, Bridging the Gap Across Industries, pardon me, version 2, which is currently in the pipeline, and that will be made available at the appropriate time. Also a convener. So if you've been part of DOBAC community, you know that we had we had um, we had a summit in January, and it was fully packed. So that's brief intro about myself. If you are meeting me for the very first time, now you know a few things about me. All right, going forward, fun facts. 3 fun facts. I applied as a business analyst. I got my endorsement in 3 days, and I'm Sagittarius. I'm curious, right? Um, they say they say curiosity kills the cat. I'm not a cat, anyways, but a cat have 9 lives. So that's fun fact about me. Going forward, I will explain digital technology sector and product led. Okay. Before I go on, if you have any question, please just either you drop it in the comment box or just raise up your, just give me a thumbs up, or mute your mic, and I'm gonna take a question because I don't want to miss out anything. Okay. So the digital technology sector, or a product-led digital technology companies are defined as businesses that provide a proprietary digital technical service product platform hardware as their primary revenue source. Why am I giving this context? I'm giving this context so that you understand where you are when you are putting your evidences together. You will be able to align yourself to what is needed, to what is required by technician. Okay. Now, the creation of software, processing, storage of data, or the creation, application of technical computing hardware are often aspects of their business model. Now, I met a few people here, when we started this call, and I said, let me meet you. So we have data analysts, you have BAs, you have product managers and all on this call. However, it is good to know how to position yourself, as a BA. My own background, I I have the technical background, the IT background. My background has always been IT um, before I decided, to take it a step further. So now I said digital technology and product led. Okay. Now this excludes general consultancies. I'm sure right now you're asking yourself, where do I belong? Okay. Am I ready to make this application? So this excludes general consultancies, outsourcing, technology related consultancy groups focused on process, service delivery, or solutions or system architecture. Now, such firms do not meet the guidelines, particularly those primarily serving large corporate or multinational corporate customers. Now, working at specific agencies may be considered if the agencies are extremely focused on product innovation in a specific industry. Now, a quick one. I'm going to say this. Whatever you're putting together, if you've gone through the technician manual, which we'll talk about here, you see that what you're looking for, okay? What you're looking for is Is it product led? What is the impact? Okay, what is the impact, and how valuable are you? Are you valuable? What have you done? What is your track record? Okay, so if we look at all that, when we look at all that, we see that it's going to give us a broader insight, into what we need to do. Now, moving on. So we have 3 years to settlement. We have 5 years to settlement. Now, ask yourself, where do you belong? Exceptional talent, exceptional promise. If you have 3 years of experience, okay, you might likely go to exceptional promise. All right. If you have over 5 years of career experience, you are applying as an exceptional talent. Now, the goal here is for you, and the first call that I would say is for you to identify where you belong. Make sure that you know where you belong. Make sure that you have the right experience, considering all the factors that I've mentioned earlier. Product led, innovation, impact, and the value. Okay. At this point, do you have any question? And if you are still with me, let me know you are here. Okay. So, any question at this point before I go on? Any question for me? I guess that's a no. All right. Okay. 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 No worries. Let's go on. So, exceptional promise. You are an aspiring professional. You have the potential of a professional. Okay. You are an aspiring thought leader. And this leads to 5 years, before you get your settlement and all. However, what I would say here is that you need to be in the digital sector once you get this this visa. Okay, you need to show continuity. Now, for exceptional talent, 3 years to settlement, that is quite faster. And you see that before you can get that, you must have done a whole lot for yourself, when it comes to say mentorship, when it comes to um, publications, to uh, innovation, when it comes to leading projects, and also ensuring that you're a part of a project, that is valuable. What value are you adding to people when you delivered such project? Okay, so we see that. Let's get somebody in here. We see that, right? We see that this route is meant for professional, is meant for experts and thought leader. Okay, that means you've established yourself, in this domain. You are grounded. You know what it is. Okay, your years of experience and your contribution, your value that you're giving out there, is top notch, right? So we see that stage one, I said, for me, and I'm speaking for myself, I said stage one. Stage one is you um, doing a sort of critical examination, if I put it that way. You examine yourself. You know where you are. You know your strength. Okay. I won't advise you to rush into anything. First, examine yourself to know, where do I belong? Do I belong to the 3 year route, or do I belong to the 5 years route? But the good part of it, and I'll say this on this call, the good part of it is, if you put in your application, okay? If you put in your application and you go for exceptional promise, and they review your application, right? And they see that you have the potential for exceptional talent, you might be lucky. You might be lucky enough to go that route. So, what I say to people is, always put your best foot forward. Always put your best foot forward. Okay? And ensure that putting your best foot forward, you give everything you have, everything you've done. And I'll give you an example for myself. Before I applied, I created a sort of sketchy thingy for myself, and I said, let me even see what I've done so far. Could you believe that there are some things I've done previously and I didn't think about it? But going to my archives, and I saw, oh, I've done so many, I've done a lot. And one thing I want to tell you on this call is, document your journey. Always document your journey. You can't say, oh, I'm the shy type, I don't like posting, I don't like doing, I don't like showing off. See, nobody likes showing off. But I want to tell you on this call that if you don't document your journey, you won't have that digital footprint that will speak for you when you need it. It's totally fine to say, oh, I want to stay humble, I want to, I want to just stay, I want to just stay, on a low key, right? But always document your journey, no matter how small. Your milestone, you've worked for it. It took you time, it took you effort to get there, to achieve that milestone. So, my advice to you is for you to your always document your journey. Okay. Now, so stage one, the starting process. Okay, the starting process is, when you start putting your evidences together. That's the process. Now, before you do that, I will ask you to read the manual, which nobody I'm a Christian anyways. So on this call, if you are a Christian, I'll say that the technician for your global talent visa application, that is your Bible. Okay, that's your guide. Read it in and out. Right. And looking at that, the second stage is you obtaining an endorsement. So we have different endorsement body, but I'm going to stick with one here. Now, that is under the digital technology, which is technician. Technician is the endorsing body. Then after you've gotten your endorsement, stage three is you booking your visa appointment. Now, the best part of it is, if you get stage one right, most likely you will get stage two right. Once you get stage two right, you are free to go. Let me put it that way, okay? You are free to go. It means that you have what it takes, and you've given everything into it. So moving forward, what is stage one? Stage one is where you apply for the talent endorsement. Now, I'm gonna say this on this call. When I applied, right? When I applied for my visa talent, global talent rather, there were two platforms. Okay, and the two platforms, Technician had their own website, the Home Office had their own website. But right now, from my, and I stand to be corrected, from my last research, I found out that yeah, that you now have a single platform. So everything you are doing, initially, you go to gov.uk. From gov.uk, you start an application. They give you your ID. Once they give you your ID, you use the ID, you go to Technician, you create a sort of another application again. So, using same information. But now, everything is on gov.uk. So if you see this, you see that you can qualify, if you work in a qualifying field and believe you are a recognized leader, which I've spoken about, and emerging leader, I've also spoken about that. For most applicants, there are two stages to this application. Stage one is where you apply for endorsement, and stage two is where you apply for your visa. Okay, you can go to stage two if you have an eligible prize. Now, an eligible prize is if you've gotten an award. If you've gotten an award that stands out, you don't even need to come, you don't need to do all this rigmarole. Okay. Now, an eligible prize accepted by the Home Office. So there are a list of eligible prize. You can find that out later. All right. Now, if or you yeah, already been endorsed or need an extension. Okay. So need an extension means that say you have your, maybe you have your dependents, right? And when you got your own visa, your dependents, you need to extend their own visa as well for them to qualify for that period. That is what the extension means. So if neither of these options apply, you must make a stage one application for endorsements. Now, that is what you do. Before you apply, read the guidance. Before you apply, read the manual thoroughly. Moving forward, you see now, Technician Global Talent Visa Application Guide. I said, let me see. Yeah, let's see that. So, give me a minute. Let's pull that up. Okay, so I'm gonna drop that here so we don't waste time. You can read that up. I'm sure some people might have it, and if you don't have it, please ensure that you read it. Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen right now. So that's it. That's the guide. Nope, close. Yeah. Now, this is what you need. So this is what I mentioned earlier. Okay. Important notice, which was from August. I think it's still valid. Now it says Technician's previous application form and portal were removed and replaced by an updated version of the standard Home Office Stage 1 endorsement form. Okay, let me drop that. Let me drop that here so you can move forward. That's it. Yeah, so that's it. Now there's a single platform now. Okay, here this applicants must now, you can see it's very bold. Applicants must now use the updated Home Office form to submit their global talent endorsement application to TechNation. Access to TechNation's previous platform is no longer available. So if you know anyone, even on this call, for me personally, I went there, I couldn't find, I couldn't find um, my application there again. However, TechNation remains as the endorsing body for the digital technology route of the Global Talent Visa. The above is a change in application process only and does not affect TechNation's status as the active endorsing body. Applicants are advised to apply as normal as instructed above. All right. So once you see that, you can go through it and get all of that information. Okay. What to consider, you see it there. I've dropped the link. Application guide is here. Official guidance is here. Alumni forum is there. So, why join the Global Talent Visa? Flexibility, family program, low cost, amazing network. Who can apply? We've said that. You can read it on your own. How it works, yeah, I said I will speak to this. So, how it works, okay? Now, all visa can take a while, right? And I mentioned to you initially, for my fun fact, I said I got mine in 3 days. And 3 days means that I gave them everything they needed, you know. And I say this, once you supply the information they need, once you give them everything that they need to see, it's faster. I'm gonna show you. I got it within 3 days. I'm gonna show you, don't worry. I got it within 3 days. I got my endorsement within 3 days. I hope I've answered your question. So all visa applications can take a while, and so it is important you give yourself enough time to prepare application and for it to be processed. We recommend that you give yourself up to 12 weeks to prepare your application to ensure you have enough time to gather all of the necessary documents. Now, one thing I want you to know here is that whatever you are doing or whenever you decided to apply for your global talent visa, ensure that all the evidences you're going to provide, they are 12 months older, okay? Like a year ago, all right? And that's to tell you, it's part of the requirement. It's part of the guideline. I'm just telling you. So it has to be, you know, 12 months, your reference letter, you have to know the person at least for 12 months, at least a year, okay? So let's move on. Now, apply for endorsement, apply for that, complete the Home Office stage one, await your confirmation. They will inform you, apply for a UK visa, and it's done. So await final confirmation. UK Home Office inform you of your application outcome within 3 weeks. Now, blessing to your question, my endorsement was 3 days, right? And my confirmation came out within, I think, a week, a month or thereabout, maybe 4 weeks. But let me show you. Let me show you that. I have that here. Moving forward, yeah. So documents needed. Now, I saw a question there. The documents needed. Now, documents you will need to apply for your endorsement, because somebody asked me that what are documents needed. You must provide CV, 3 letters of recommendation, proof of your connection to a technology business if you've been a founder or senior executive in the last 5 years, proof you meet the eligibility criteria, a maximum of 10 documents. Now, your CV, you will need to provide your CV. It should include your career, any relevant publication history. It must be typed and be up to 3 sides of A4 paper. So, 3 sides of A4 paper. Now, you must ensure that whatever you're doing, your CV must not be more than 3 pages. Okay? So, letters of recommendation. You must provide 3 letters of recommendation. Each letter must provide different examples to show your achievements. Now, you can't say that your referees, right, should write the same thing. And this is why some people get rejected, because they can they can read in between the lines. If you give a draft to your referee, say, please write this for me, they can actually read in between the lines. So ensure that it's genuine, right? And the person writing it for you will show your achievements, your skills, your experience, and contribution to the digital technology sector. This is really important. Each person who writes a letter must be an established expert in digital technology. This will be judged by the endorsing body. So when I applied for mine, right, I used 3 persons. Now, the first person had relative years of experience, about 2 decades. The second person had about 2 decades and a half, and the third person has about 3 decades. This might not be the same thing for you, but what I'm telling you is that you need to find people that have great track records so it can boost your application. Okay. Now, you see, it says that your letter of recommendation, now, they must have known your work for at least 12 months. So while the person is writing that recommendation for you, they need to show that I, David Odepidan, I've known this person for over 12 months or for at least 12 months. That condition must be stated within that letter so that you will fulfill this condition. Okay, now each letter must be about your global talent application. You cannot use the letter that was written for another reason. Say how the person knows you, show your achievement in the digital technology sector, and how you are a leader or potential leader. The letter should say how you would benefit from living in the UK. So once you get to this stage, of letters of recommendation, you should ensure that your referee, any person you are using, follow suit. Okay. At this point, any question before I go on? You can unmute your mic if you want to ask me. You can put it in the chat box as well. Go on. If you are, please go on.
All right, hi David. Thank you so much. So I just wanted to get more clarity on the established experts criteria, right? So I wanted to understand, must it be years of experience, or maybe is it based on maybe someone who is quite popular, or must it be based on a role? What do you think? What are some job roles or descriptions that you think would make a referee, stronger beyond years of experience?
Okay. Thank you for that question. All right. Let me take the second person, so I will answer the two together. Blessing, go on. Blessing, are you there? Your hand is up.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay.
Thanks, David. I actually just want to clarify. I think my question is just similar to what Ifeanyi has asked. That's exactly what I wanted to find out. Like, what if you don't have people that have such number of years that you mentioned, 2 3 decades, which is quite commendable. But what if you don't have people like that can do the recommendation letter? Can we work with like lower number of years, or do you think there'll be an adverse effect to that, or do we need to broaden our network more? Like, what would you advise in that regards? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you for your question. So, I mentioned earlier, I said it might not be the same thing for you. If you have someone with 5 years, if you have someone with 10 years, the main point or the main thing is that they should have digital footprints. Now, if I ask on this call, if I search for your name, what am I going to see? The first thing that will hit me is going to be your Facebook page, right? Is it going to be a Facebook page that will hit me first? What am I going to say about you? So if you now, I'm going to give you an example for your letter of recommendation. Once you provide those people, they tend to look them up to say, who is this person? So the same yardstick, the impact, contribution, the value, it has to be there. It has to be evident. So if you are saying, it's just like saying you need somebody to recommend you, right? And the person doesn't have up to what you have, it won't fly. Do you understand what I'm saying? It won't fly. So you need someone, and I keep saying this, I say that always put your best foot forward. So maybe now, if you don't have a good rapport, a good relationship, or a good network, maybe it's time to start building that network. Okay, because the person must have at least 12 months. So if you start building the relationship now and you say, okay, I know this person we work together, they must be able to speak to what you've done. You can't just pick any random person to say, write me a recommendation letter. They won't do justice to what you need. They might just write a whole lot of, a whole lot of text to say, oh, I'm writing for you. But is it gonna carry that? Is it weighty? Is it gonna show who you are? Is it gonna speak for you as a backup to say, you know what, if you are talking about David, this is who David is. He has done ABCD, the record is there, the digital footprint is there, something like that. So I would advise that whoever you are selecting, to answer your question, and to just move on, whoever you are using, make sure the person is grounded. Make sure the person has added value. Okay. Make sure that the digital footprint is strong. Okay. Because if I want to endorse you and I'm looking at your application and I see your application, I look at your application is weighty. I look at your recommendation letter and I'm looking at the person like, what has this person done? How is this person able to recommend you? If you get my point. So I hope that's answered your question anyways. Any other person before we move on? Any other person before we go on?
Yeah, I have a question, please.
Okay. Hi, Juliet.
Hi, good evening. I just joined, so I'm wondering if I've missed anything. I know the session was scheduled originally for 7 p.m., but it seems like it's already started. I'm just wanting to know if I've missed anything.
I would say you've missed a lot. I would say you missed a lot. Yeah, I think you missed a lot. But if you said 7 p.m., so we said 7 p.m. West African time, and I know in UK it's 6 p.m. Yeah,
Oh,
so maybe that's one thing you missed out. But we currently streaming, so you can go to our YouTube. Probably you'll be able to catch up a few things. and maybe you just continue from here. So when you go back to it, you'll be able to pick it up. Is
Yeah,
that
that's
okay?
fine. No problem. Thank you.
All right. Any other person before we move on? Okay. So that's the document that is needed. All right. I wrote some nuggets here that I'm looking for, and I don't want to miss them out. Okay. So bear with me if you see me trying to get something out. Yeah. All right. So to the person that asked me the question saying, did it take me 3 days or 3 weeks? This is my endorsement letter. All right. And when I did it, that's my endorsement letter. I've taken out some information here. Going forward. So this is what you get. They send you an email saying, you've been endorsed, but you need to apply for stage 2. Now, when you've done that, make sure you've prepared yourself financially anyways, because you need that. Now, going to the fees in your visa appointment, it costs, it costs 766 to apply. I'll break it down. So, as an individual, I'm gonna use main applicant dependent, right? So, as the main applicant in this regard, okay, as the I'm gonna take a question later, Grace. So, as the main applicant in this regard, your first payment, your initial payment is £561, right? And that is for you to apply for your endorsement. Now, it shows that you've gotten all your evidence, you've prepared your mandatory criteria, you've prepared your optional criteria, you've matched everything together, and you're ready to push to the next level. So you're paying 561. Now imagine this, and I'm gonna say this on this call. It is good to have the right guidance. It is good to have people that will nudge you, that will help you, that will have an overview of what you are doing. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe you are very rich anyway, it doesn't make sense to me. You've gathered everything and you get to this point and you pay 561 and you get rejected. Number one, it will have a negative vibe on you because you will not feel happy about it. Number two, you can appeal to say, oh, I think you people, you've made an error. This is who I am. I'm very confident of what I've done. Please check my application again. I have someone like that. The person is very good. The person is established, an expert in his field. And he pushed his application through, but they rejected it. And he said, no, you can't tell me that. I know who I am. Okay. I know that what you requested from me, I've given you more than enough. And he appealed and he said, you know what? This is me putting it to you. Please check my application again. They wrote back to him and they said, yes, we've seen your application. Yes, this is correct. And we are giving you your endorsement. And he got the endorsement. So there's difference between knowing your rights, knowing when you qualify for something, and when you just flow with it to say, I've been rejected. So if you hold on to it and you say, I've been rejected, and you don't push through. But I don't want you to get to that point. I won't want you to get to that point to say you've been rejected. The best thing is apply for it, get the right guide. If you're going to run consultation, book it and move on. So when you are done with the endorsement, if you get your endorsement, your second payment is 205. So you will now add that, making 766 for your application only. If you've got dependents, right, they will also pay certain amount of money. If you are applying based on an eligible prestigious price, you will pay the full 766 when you apply. Remember, we said that if you've gotten a prestigious award, you don't need to do all this rigmarole. Just go straight up and apply. If you are including your partner or children in your application, they will each need to pay 766. So if you've got number of children, whatever it is, just multiply that by 766. Now, once you are done, the next payment you need to make is your healthcare surcharge. Pardon me. So you also have to pay the healthcare surcharge as part of your application, which is 1,035 per year. Okay, so if you get exceptional talent, multiply that by 3. If you got promise, multiply that by 5. Okay. Moving on. I think I saw some people here now. Maybe they've joined. So let's continue. So that's that about the fees. Okay. I hope that's clear. List of potential evidence to support your application for the UK Tech Talent Visa. Article or research publication in a top-tier peer-reviewed journal. I beg you, say, I'm going to plead with you. If you know that you have conferences or you have journals, maybe you're opportune, or you are looking forward to publishing papers, look for a good journal outlet. Don't waste your money. All right. Recognized in Scopus and Web of Science. So for me, I was able to publish about three high impact journals, which are Scopus based. So this publication may be authored by an independent researcher or a group of scientists. Now, this is to tell you that you can look for people, work with people, let me put it that, work with people in such a way that you come together, form a cluster, all right, and write a paper to be published. AI, whatever it is, I don't know. So, research paper published by an international organization, such as the Council of Europe, United Nations, the World Trade Organization, among others. Right. So, going forward, a book or chapter of a book published by a reputable publisher, including names like Springer, Sage Publishing, and Boulder Books. So if you're opportune to write a book, all right, you need to ensure that they are reputable. Now, remember this: everything you are doing, you must show that your recommendation letter must be from a reputable person. Your evidences must be from a reputable publisher. Your impact must show. Your numbers must show. Your contribution must show. And it's not saying that we did. It is you. You can't say you work with a team. What did you do? I'm going to leave that aside. Now, research that has received endorsement from government bodies or non-governmental organization. Now, you can use this as well. Fellowship application, particularly if it includes an analytical component showcasing your expertise. Pardon me. I think I've jumped. Yeah, which showcase your expertise, right? Extract from a doctoral thesis or reference on the doctoral dissertation. It's important to note that research conducted as part of an undergraduate or master thesis does not meet the criteria for this specific category. I'll take that again. Extract from a doctoral thesis, fine, or reference on the doctoral dissertation, fine. It's important to know that research conducted as part of an undergraduate or master thesis does not meet the criteria for this specific category. All right. So I'm going to pause here, get some questions, and then I would give some nuggets that I feel will help you. So unmute your mic, um, raise your thumb, raise your hand, whatever you want to do, ask your questions right now or drop it if you can't speak. Anyone? Okay. Grace, back to you. Yes, Abiodun Akintayo, just give me a minute. Now, Grace, hi David, do you work or have worked in a product-led? Yes, 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 I did. I worked and I'm still working. Shola Fumi, must the referee or endorser be in the UK? All right, no. So from my letter of recommendation, right? I got one from the US, I got one from the UK, I got one from Nigeria. Okay, so it's not a must, but if you can get all of them within the UK, why not? It's not, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Abiodun Akintayo, please ask your question.
Good evening. Thank you for the lecture so far. I also noticed that, just like you said now, that if the person had worked in a product-led environment,
Yep.
I had done that before, but currently I work in the financial services industry in the UK.
Okay.
And that is what comes to me naturally because back in my former life in Nigeria, I worked extensively within
He
the
said
bank.
your former life.
So
Okay.
coming into the banking industry here is something that resonates very easily with me. That is where currently I'm a business analyst within the banking institution.
Okay.
So for those of us that are in a bank now, how do we go about it? Because it's not as if we don't work in a product-led environment, but most of our projects are they are process improvement driven. And it's not as if we don't release products too that benefits the public and all that, but it's not, I won't really categorize it as a product-led environment because the output in some cases is not really that end product, something that you can really quantify. So for
Okay.
those of us that find ourselves in such an environment, what do you advise us? Or how do we go about this? Thank you.
Okay. Okay. That's a good question. So I would say, you know what? To answer your question, right? I would say maybe I'm gonna have a chat with you after this call. Is that okay?
Yes, I can also
Yeah.
take your details and take it out of the meeting. I might not be immediately available after the call, but I'm always
That's all right.
it's something I
That's
can
all
always
right.
contact you. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. That's all right. I'm gonna share my details after this presentation. Then I will guide you and give you what you need to know.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. Juliet, go on.
Yeah, David, thanks for the insights shared so far. My situation is very similar with the last speaker. I also
Okay.
work within the health and social care NHS to be precise. Most of the projects I'm involved in are mainly digital transformation and process improvement.
Okay.
Yes. In terms of products, most of our products are bought off the shelf, so we obviously don't develop them from scratch.
Okay.
But coming back to positioning in terms of a technician endorsement, what is
Yeah.
the that's my
That's where that's
that's
where
where
you,
the confusion,
that's
that's
where
where
you
I
come
need
with.
clarity. Yes, how best can one position themselves to show this impact that will lead to an endorsement?
Okay. All right. I'm gonna share my screen to answer your question, but I would advise that you you get my details and we pick this conversation up, okay? So that I'll be able to give you, the insight that you need. Um, yes. Any other person? Let me share my screen. I just have something I want to show you here. Any other person? Why I'm doing that? Okay, I think this is what I want to show you. Share this tab. All right. Now, technical or business skills covered by technician. This was at 26th of February 2021. Technicians' criteria are designed for applicants with technical and business skills in the digital technology sector. Suitable skill types are listed below. The list is not complete and provides an indication of the typical applicant as set by technician. Now, I'm gonna jump all this because from what you said, I don't think you will be here. But for other person on this call, technical skills, if you find yourself here, artificial intelligence, CTO, VP, cybersecurity, DevOps, experienced backend developers, leading development of or contributing heavily to major new technologies or open source projects. Okay, experienced data scientists, data engineers, experienced front end developers, experienced mobile app developers, experienced UX UI developers. Now, if you look at UX UI does, to answer your question, the two person that asked the question, UX UI designers, they are designers. They don't turn out products, but they are part of the product that is being released. So if you say that, how do you position yourself? You are part of the project that is being deployed. Now, going forward, experienced video game developers, hardware engineers, operating system engineers, principal software engineers, developers, virtual augmented reality developers. That's that for technical. For business, experience as a commercial business lead, P&L, growth, sales, and distribution strategy in a digital business. Experience as C-suite SMEs, head of operation for a digital business. Experience and senior VC or P analyst with track record of leading. Can you see this? Of leading investment in digital business. So if you are leading, you might not be the person writing the code, you might not be the person doing the technical bit, but if you immerse yourself, you have a significant impact, for that project or for that product. Definitely in banks, we have mobile apps, right? We have mobile apps and we have other SaaS products that is being used. So experience of leading, of expanding or growing a significant product-led digital technology business, experience of leading substantial VC investment over 25 million pounds, if you qualify for that, experienced product manager, performance marketing expert, performed in-house for digital businesses, SaaS or software as a service or enterprise sales. Can you see that? Sales, software as a service or enterprise sales leadership for digital service. This person qualifies. Sector specific experience, for example, the first person that asked that question, payment infrastructure in fintech, international expansion in edtech, and so on. These are sector specific experience, so your experience is valuable. Solution sales expert, if you are a salesperson, you qualify. Solution sales skills performed for a growing B2B digital business, not big company experience, you qualify. Business to business digital business. So listen to this. The following specialisms are not considered suitable. Number one, corporate roles or experience of managing large corporate teams, junior investors or junior analysts. Such must be supported by an investment track record made at a senior level and are not suitable for exceptional promise. Now, if you want to shoot yourself in the foot, yeah, you are applying as this, right? And you position yourself as this, automatically that evidence will not fly. Let's go on. Service delivery, process delivery, outsourcing, consultancy, technical or management, ERP consultancy, systems admin, and all related fields is not suitable. If you're running consultancy, if you work in an outsourcing organization, you might not be suitable. Excuse me. Now, business skills apply to in-house work within product-led digital technology companies, not tech-enabled or service companies such as agencies, outsourcers, marketing firms, and so on. I hope I've been able to answer your question. Any other person before I wrap up? Any other person? All right. While doing that, I'm going to say this. Please note that if you hear thought leadership is not just publishing an article, and that does not mean a recognition on its own. So because you published it and it's online doesn't make it influential. And I've seen some people will use so I'm not going to mention the name here, but there's a particular platform, and once you serve as a mentor there, right now you cannot use that platform. It shouldn't even be part of your evidence at all. It's going to be thrown out of the window, right? So just because it's online does not make it influential. TechNation, please note, TechNation doesn't reward content. You can write beautiful things, but if it doesn't have an impact, is it impactful? So I'm gonna say that if your article, right, if your article has not been referenced by a credible institution. Now I'm gonna talk about this because you publishing a journal or a conference paper, it means that it is valuable. Now, people must have cited that particular paper or that particular journal. When they cite it, is what gives you credibility. Okay? Now, If it's not quoted by industry professionals, if it's not published on recognized tech platforms, please remember, when you are ready to apply for your global talent visa, always ensure that if you are invited to speak or you are looking for speaking engagement, make sure it's reputable bodies. Make sure it's reputable tech platforms. Make sure it's credible. Make sure the track record is out there. The digital footprint for that platform is out there. Okay. Now, uh, if your article is not supported by engagement or metrics, so let's say you publish an article right now and nobody read it, and you are saying that you've published something. So that is where you need those numbers. You need those numbers to show that is really, really a contribution that is impactful. So rushing to publish is a red flag. Please note that you don't need to rush all things together. You don't need to conjure things together and say, I need this, I need to do it now, I need to do it now. The timeline, and always remember, the timeline, there are timestamps for publication. So if they review your evidence, your date, the year will give you away. Okay. So what are they really looking for? Okay, what are they really looking for? What they are looking for is a top-tier peer-reviewed publication, research adopted by industry, peer-reviewed grants or awards, clear contribution to the field. So it's more like saying, are you influential? Right? Why do we need you in the UK? That's the best way I can put it. You know, are you influential? Are you someone that is visible? Are you someone that is valuable? Will you add to the economy? Do you understand? That is what they are looking for. So once you are ready to position yourself, you need to put yourself in that regard that, see, look at me, I'm valuable. Okay, I can add ABC to your economy. Right? Now, I'm going to leave you with these 3 questions and I'll wrap up here. Number 1, if this is going to be the only thing you're going to take away from here, number 1, what did you contribute? Ask yourself. Be true to thyself, okay? What have you contributed so far? What did you contribute? Okay. 2, how did it advance, or how will it advance UK digital technology sector? I'm giving you this question to ponder on so that it will help you position yourself and you won't go amiss. Number 3, who recognized it? I think a couple of reviews I've done so far, and we call them, when they get rejected like that, then they start saying, "Oh, David, please, I need to book a consultation with you, and this." But I'll like, now you've been rejected. It's like you doubling the time and also doubling the effort to get it done. So, the performer, we call it performer, that is what is sent back. And you see that, some, they will say, what you've given to us is not factual. I'm going to coin it that way. What you've given to us is not factual. What you've given to us, we can't fact check it. It's not true, right? Another one is, what you've given to us does not meet the criteria. You have other things, but this is not good. It won't fly. Please, I'm begging you here, do not, and I will say again, Do not use artificial intelligence to write anything for your application. You can use it to generate ideas. Write in your own words. Do not, and I'll say it again, do not use artificial intelligence, whatever it is, GPT, Perplexity, whatever it is. Do not use it to write your application. Your CV, your statement of purpose, whatever you want to write for this application, make sure they are in your words. You can use AI to do all the, the rigmarole and get ideas and stuff like that. But don't use it to write your statement of purpose or any other thing you're writing. So I'm gonna say this: what passes optional criteria, like open source contributions with matrix. Matrix is the numbers. Now you're saying the numbers, the numbers you have, because it's a game of numbers, it's a game of impact, it's a game of visibility, it's a game of contribution. Now, structured mentoring in recognized programs, high profile UK speaking platforms, innovation with market adoption. What you've pushed to the market, is it valuable? Are people using it? Research shaping practice or policy. The research you worked on, the research you published, right? Is it relevant? Is it contributing to knowledge? Is it solving a particular issue? So these are the kind of questions you need to ask yourself. It's just saying, visibility without validation. So now you are visible, you're out there, but they can't validate what you've done. It's automatically a risk that will not fly. You can be visible, but be visible and ensure that they can validate you. Okay, so I would say that technician does not endorse efforts, it endorses influence. Are you influential? Ask yourself right now. They don't endorse your efforts. They want to know how influential you are. Have you, what's your visibility like? Are you global? And I always say it, don't play local, play global wherever you are. Try to leave your comfort zone, play global, network. And if you remember what I started with DOBAC's mission and vision. That is what we are doing. We help you to play global. Okay. Um, and I will say this last thing, and we'll call it a day. Most rejected applications right now, they were actually strong, but they were telling a wrong story. Okay. So if you are positioning yourself again, I would say that you position yourself, be visible, and ensure they can validate you. Are we together? All right. Thank you, everyone. I believe I've answered your question. Uh, and yes, you can connect with me. You can connect with me here. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Anyways, so please take this. The last person I spoke to, please take this and work with it. Connect with me and let's talk. You can book a session with me if you want to. If you think it's gonna help you, let me know. So I'm sharing. Yeah, I'm sharing that. You can connect with me on LinkedIn as well. My name is David Odepidan. So if you're on this call, you can connect with me. You can also look out for DOBAC. You can join the community. Once you join the community, once you join the community, you'll be able to have access to other things. I hope this is a good one for you. I hope you've been able to get few things that will help you in your journey. And thank you for joining this call. I wish you the very best. Okay. All right, everyone. We'll see you later, and all the best. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.